A $700 million net worth, a mountainside mansion, and a $4 million scandal. This is how South African President Cyril Ramaphosa lives as both a leader and a business tycoon. Early life and activism. Born on November 17, 1952 in Soweto, Johannesburg, Cyril Ramaphosa was the second of three children to Erdmuth and Samuel Ramaphosa, a retired policeman. Growing up during the apartheid era, Ramaphosa's early experiences in the segregated township of Soweto profoundly influenced his worldview and ignited his passion for social justice. In 1971, he matriculated from Mafafoli High School in Sibasa, Venda, where he was elected head of the student Christian movement. This leadership role marked the beginning of his lifelong commitment to activism. The following year, he enrolled at the University of the North, Turfloop, to study law. There, he became actively involved in student politics, joining the South African Students' Organization, COSATU, and the Black People's Convention, BPC. These organizations, inspired by the Black consciousness movement, aimed to empower Black South Africans and challenge the oppressive apartheid regime. Ramaphosa's activism led to significant personal sacrifices. In 1974, he was detained in solitary confinement for 11 months under the Terrorism Act for organizing pro-Frelimo rallies, which celebrated Mozambique's independence from Portuguese colonial rule. His resilience was tested again in 1976 when, following the Soweto uprising, a series of protests led by Black school children against the enforcement of Afrikaans as the medium of instruction, he was detained for 6 months at the notorious John Vorster Square. Despite these challenges, Ramaphosa remained steadfast, continuing his legal studies through correspondence at the University of South Africa, UNISA, where he obtained his Bachelor of Procurationist degree in 1981. These formative years not only honed Ramaphosa's leadership skills, but also deepened his commitment to the struggle against apartheid, setting the stage for his future roles in South Africa's transformation. Rise in the trade union movement. After completing his legal qualifications, Ramaphosa joined the Council of Unions of South Africa, COSA, as a legal advisor. Recognizing the need for a dedicated union to represent Black mine workers, a group that faced harsh working conditions and exploitation, CUSA tasked Ramaphosa with establishing the National Union of Mine Workers, NUM, in 1982. Under his leadership as the first Secretary General, NUM rapidly grew into a formidable force, advocating for workers' rights and better wages. Ramaphosa's strategic vision extended beyond NUM. He played a pivotal role in forming the Congress of South African Trade Unions, COSATU, in 1985, uniting various labor unions to amplify their influence. COSATU became a significant player in the anti-apartheid movement, often collaborating with the United Democratic Front, UDF, to challenge the government's policies. Ramaphosa's ability to mobilize workers and negotiate with employers showcased his adeptness as a leader and strategist. One of the most notable events during his tenure was the 1987 miners' strike, one of the largest in South Africa's history. Despite facing severe repression, the strike highlighted the collective power of organized labor and brought international attention to the plight of South African workers. Ramaphosa's role in these events solidified his reputation as a champion for workers' rights and a key figure in the broader struggle against apartheid. Political ascendancy and constitutional crafting. With the unbanning of liberation movements and the release of Nelson Mandela in 1990, South Africa stood on the precipice of monumental change. Recognizing Ramaphosa's leadership and negotiation skills, the African National Congress, ANC, appointed him as its Secretary General in 1991. In this capacity, he became the chief negotiator during the Convention for a Democratic South Africa CODESA talks, working tirelessly to dismantle the apartheid system and lay the foundation for a democratic nation. Ramaphosa's meticulous approach and unwavering commitment were instrumental in navigating the complex and often contentious negotiations. His efforts culminated in the drafting of South Africa's interim constitution, a landmark document that paved the way for the country's first democratic elections in 1994. Following the elections, he was elected chairperson of the Constitutional Assembly, overseeing the formulation of the final constitution, which is lauded globally for its emphasis on human rights and equality. Despite being a strong contender for the presidency, Ramaphosa faced internal party dynamics and competition. When Thabo Mbeki was chosen as Nelson Mandela's successor, Ramaphosa made the pivotal decision to step back from active politics in 1996, marking a new chapter in his career. Transitioning from politics, Ramaphosa embarked on a journey into the business world, where he would amass significant wealth. In 2001, he founded the Shanduka Group, a Black-owned investment holding company. Under his leadership as executive chairman, Shanduka diversified its portfolio, investing in sectors such as mining, energy, real estate, banking, insurance, and telecommunications. The company's strategic investments and partnerships positioned it as a prominent player in South Africa's economy. One of Ramaphosa's notable business moves was acquiring a 20-year master franchise agreement to operate 145 McDonald's restaurants in South Africa in 2011. This venture not only expanded his business footprint, but also created numerous employment opportunities in the country. Additionally, he held significant stakes in companies like MTN, one of Africa's largest telecommunications providers, and had interests in the mining sector, including a position as chairman of the board for Pan-African Resources, a precious metals mining company. Ramaphosa's business acumen and strategic investments led to substantial financial success. By 2015, Forbes estimated his net worth to be around 6.4 billion rand, approximately $450 million. His success story is often highlighted as a testament to the potential